Okay, so hello, grade 11 and grade 12. So welcome to our discussion. Good morning. So our lesson for today is about poetry, prose, and drama. Our objectives are the following. Know the divisions of poetry, prose, and drama. Differentiate poetry, prose, and drama its divisions and types. And then classify fiction and non-fiction. So here are the preliminary questions that I have for you. So do you love reading poetry? Do you love reading short stories or novels? How about drama? Do you have special fondness for drama? Okay, so probably yes and probably not, right? So not everybody has the patience, okay? Patience of a monk to to read poetry or to divulge the meaning of poetry or even understand or even sit longer in reading short stories or novels. But we Filipinos, especially us, we are fond of watching K-dramas. We don't realize that these K-dramas are made out of the conventions of short stories or novels or drama, right? And then sometimes we classify good and bad K-dramas. So we just don't realize that we're doing it, 'di ba? That we are reading it, we're watching it, 'di ba? So here are the differences or the difference of the three divisions: poetry, prose, and drama. So first, in poetry it is written on verse, okay, in verse. It has measures, rhymes, lines, stanzas, and melodious tone. So you know the stanza, di ba? First stanza, second stanza. You were taught by that in your elementary, or probably you even recited all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small during your grade 1. So that was probably the first poetry that you read. And then you have the prose. Prose differs from poetry because and drama because prose is written in connected string of words, which means that it is written in composition or in paragraph form. Okay? And then drama, it is written on dialogue form, in a dialogue form. Okay? Diba, for example, Mark, tapos enclosed sa parentheses is the actuation na mga gagawin ng character. So that's what it is, di ba? Okay. So, first let's discuss the divisions and types of poetry. So lyric, it is meant to be sung to the accompaniment. That's why you call the lyrics of a song a lyric. Okay? Song, this is a short lyric poem which has a specific melodious quality and is intended to be sung and can be set easily to music. Okay. So there are singer-songwriter, right? So before a song becomes a song, no? It is written first in poetry. Sometimes, di ba, tatanungin mo sarili mo, why is it that it is difficult for me to understand the meaning or the lyrics of this song? No? Because in itself, a song is a poetry. Okay, so you just don't realize it, but you keep on hearing it. Probably you are listening to Taylor Swift or who else? Who are your favorite singers, di ba? So yun. 'Di ba? So like mga Broadway songs, 'di ba? So usually doon ginagamit ang poetry. So like for example, yung memory all alone in the moonlight, I can dream of the old days. So you don't really realize that the memory song is a poem written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. 'Di ba? Oh, Alfred Lord Tennyson nga ba? I know, sorry, I'm wrong. T.S. Eliot, sorry. That was written by T.S. Eliot. I forgot. Sorry, ha? And then, sonnet. Sonnet is a 14 lines with a formal rhyme. Probably you're familiar with Shakespeare because he is the one na as in talaga napakarami niyang sonnets. Okay? And I'm fortunate to have collections of it. And then, his famous sonnet is this. The title of which is... Ano bang start nun? I forgot. The title of which is Let me not to the marriage of true minds. Okay. Sonnet 116. Let me not to the marriage of true minds. Admit impediments. Love is not love. That alters when it alteration finds. Or bends when it remover to remove. So yon, di ba? Sonnet. It's written in 14 lines. And at the end, there is the couplet, di ba? Which summarizes the thought of the above stanzas, di ba? Okay. Next is elegy. Elegy differs from eulogy. Elegy is a poem expressing lament or grief for the dead. Okay? Elegy for your lost love. Elegy for a broken-hearted, di ba? When you are broken-hearted, di ba? You write or you post on Facebook your feelings, and sometimes it is written on a poetry form, poetry like, no, although you don't realize it, but you are trying to hide your original feelings behind the words you are creating. Okay, so that's it, diba? Kasi broken-hearted ka, diba? So while eulogy is a speech given to a dead person. Okay? Okay, elegy differs from ode because ode in itself is writing in an exalted tone. Okay? You project deep feelings or you're expressing high praise. One of the famous odes in history is Ode to the West Wind by Percy Bysshe Shelley. For example, you have this special fondness for your teacher because he knows how to teach you well, because you can understand the lesson well. So probably you create a poem for him. So that's it, diba? That's an ode. But of course, to be considered as an ode, it should possess the conventions that poetry require. Okay? Next is narrative poetry, another division of poetry. So we're now done with lyric. Now we move to narrative poetry. Narrative poetry are poems are long. No, it follows an order of events. Okay, so ballad, it is a short and simple narrative poem composed to be sung and is orally told from one generation to another. I don't know if you are familiar with the Ballad of a Mother's Heart. That's the title of the ballad, wherein the son is courting somebody, and then that girl asked him to give her the heart of his mother, and so the son killed his mother, take out the heart of his mother, and then nadapa siya. And then, yung heart is nabitiwan niya. And then, narinig niya, "Are you okay, son?" You know where the voice were coming? You know where the voice came from pala, sorry. You know where the voice came from? It came from the mother's heart. Okay, so that's the story. I cried the first time I read that poem. That was very... sad, but then nun, that's his ballad. Of course, that was a metaphorical symbolism, okay? Okay. And then next is metrical romance. It is written in verse and can be classified either as a ballad or metrical romance. So example of this is King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Tables. It tells about the story about knights, about their lovers, etc. So epic, these are long, majestic narrative poem which tells the adventures of a traditional hero and the development of a nation. So example of epic, so there are 3 longest epics in the world. First, we have the Mahabharata and Ramayana, which is the longest epic in the world from India. Then you have the Iliad and Odyssey. Iliad and Odyssey by Homer, the greatest epic of the Greeks. Okay, so that's it, no? And then you also have, here in the Philippines, you have Indarapatran Sulaiman, Hinilawod from the Visaya, and then you have, Indarapatran Sulaiman is from Mindanao, and then you have Biag Nilamang by Pedro Bucanig from Ilocos. So yun, epic. It tells about the adventure of a traditional hero, archetypal hero, and then the development of a nation. Next is you have dramatic poetry.